Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the first Gosnick vlog of Gostober. I am driving. Oh my god! Welcome to the first Gosnick vlog from Gostober. Today we're going to be kind of going over the story of when Aesma and I stole Chuck E. Cheese's legally, I might add. I also should probably change the music to some loyalty-free stuff so we don't get copyright strike. I hope this shit is actually fucking copyright-free. I clicked on a YouTube music station called copyright-free YouTube music. I don't even hear anything. This is ass. I was looking for like... This is terrible. Fuck that. 12 hours of copyright-free music. Don't text and drive. This is fucking terrible. Low-quality free music. So, essentially, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be driving to where it all happened and kind of just give you a rundown of how we accomplished the Chuck heist of 24 and kind of give you a brief history and kind of explain what's going on to those of you that maybe don't know too much about Chuck E. Cheese lore like I do, as brain-rotted as I am. And we'll show you our score and everything, but I think it's gonna be a fun time just us camping out and reminiscing of the time we stole Mr. Charles Entertainment Cheese. So, welcome to my car. This is a car tour. I live like a fucking slob in my car. There's usually Monster cans and Taco Bell bags over here, but if you want to pan over and give just like a nice shot of the receipts and shit I have in here. I probably shouldn't show some of these. I think some of them are ATM receipts with like crucial fucking details. There's some Gosnick business cards. This is a fucking flyer for one of our shows from like a couple months ago. There's a screwdriver. There's a, what is this? There's a Five Nights at Freddy's bag clip. That's pretty cool. This is Gurr. Very cute. I've got Tom Nook back there. I think I just showed him, but it's beautiful. Alright, so we're approaching Chuck E. Cheese's. This whole like area is kind of like, I guess, crucial to when we initially acquired Chuck, because we would go and scope out the area. We were there for like, how many hours? Like 7 hours?
Give or take, yeah.
We were there from like 8:30 to 3 a.m. or 3:30? So how many hours is that?
Like 7.
Yeah, like 7 hours. It was insane, but essentially we would go and scope out the area and we would leave and go to the gas station down there, pee, because like we had to piss so much. We would pee, we would go to, we went to Taco Bell one time. I think we went to Sheets and got like drinks or something, didn't we? Or
we used the bathroom down at Sheets.
Maybe we did. We used Sheets, or the bathroom at Get-Go too. I don't remember why we ended up going to Sheets, but we went to Sheets at one point. But I don't know, it was just non-stop like trips to back. But we would always rush back to Charles, and I think you can pan over there. That's
oh yeah, it's not what it used to look like. So I was looking for the old building.
I know, it's very depressing. It's got the MS Paint Chuck up there. But yeah, that's Chuck E. Cheese, Canton, Ohio. Better known by the locals, aka me, as like Belden Village. This is the area. It's home of the famous Strip. This is where the Walmart is.
There's the Walmart in the background?
Yeah, there's the Walmart right there. So in the Midwest, you have very few things you can do, especially if you don't have money like us. You can essentially go and loiter places. You can go to Walmart and you can look around and not buy anything, or you can just fuck around and do shit like this, like steal Chuck E. Cheese. So that's Chuck E. Cheese there on the right. That's the building. It's gonna be very crucial to the story. And fuck, it looks like they have blocked off where I originally wanted to park and go to. They're doing some kind of construction. But over there where those kind of like construction vehicles are is where we were parking initially. Now, I'll park right there because that's about where we were parking when you say like one of these spaces.
Yeah.
It might be loud, so I'll roll up the windows. So we were parked here, probably, I think, like facing the other direction. There's a fucking car blocking it there, but right there is Lowe's. So we're in the parking lot of Lowe's right now. And let me see the camera. So, fuck, and then that guy parks there. That was Chuck E. Cheese's. There's Lowe's. So essentially what we did was we sat here and we fucking just stared at Chuck E. Cheese for hours and hours. 7 hours to be exact. She drove her car, I drove my car here, and we essentially, I think we just met up in your car and we're sitting there and just waited. We just waited so long. And what we were doing was, you could see the doors there, if I can like zoom in. So that's an exit for employees, and then if that car wouldn't have parked there, there's another exit like right there. And it's really creepy essentially. There was another exit kind of on that corner of the building with like trucks and everything. They were all like contractors working on the remodel. So we would just sit there and kind of like keep track of all of the contractors going in and out so we could make our move. Oh shit, they have the door open. Oh, so that was one of the doors we were looking at. I'm pretty sure it was that one. That's like the kitchen door.
Yeah, but that was the door there that we were watching through.
So there's the Chuck E. Cheese dumpster, the like brick one there. But then they had like the remodel dumpster next to it. It was like this big ass like metal rental dumpster that they do for all the 2.0 remodels. I'm just pulling into the Chuck E. Cheese parking lot. I had it so engraved in my mind the last time we were here to take Chuck, that we couldn't like enter this. This was like the forbidden zone because there was a lot of like work vehicles and people coming in and out, just throwing things away. It was a very surreal experience, honestly, because what like was happening was just, we could see them taking the art and like, I don't think we ever saw them put any parts of the animatronic into the dumpster, but I saw them like dump the like phase 4 art and stuff into the dumpster. This was a phase 4 store. But yeah, they were just over there was the dumpster. We could see them walking out and putting things into the dumpster. And we were over there in that Lowe's parking lot, kind of where we just were a second ago, waiting and just scoping out and just waiting and getting very tired. And what we were afraid to do was we didn't want to make the move too soon with the off chance that a Chuck E. Cheese employee was like here, because Chuck E. Cheese is very protective of their their intellectual property, I guess. We even made sure this area of Ohio that we're in right now is like, it's perfectly legal to dumpster dive, so we weren't breaking any laws or anything. We couldn't get in like legal trouble. Like if a cop saw us, he'd probably be like, hey, what are you guys doing? Or something like that. But we couldn't have faced any, like they couldn't have pressed charges or anything, I don't think. So like, we were really afraid to run into a Chuck E. Cheese employee because we figured at that point our cover would be blown and they would like purposely guard the dumpsters to make sure like no one would get anything. So we were kind of just scoping out, making sure that we didn't see anyone from corporate or an employee here that would try to stop us. Now there were like, how many contractors would you say were here? Like
12 to 15.
Yeah, there was a good amount of contractors. We got here at like 8:30. So I was actually at work just down the road, and I had no idea it was getting remodeled. My friend had texted me and was like, Canton's getting remodeled. I was like, fuck. So I drove over here and I called Aesma, and I pitched the idea to her, and I had a couple other friends that like I assembled like a posse to come do this with me, but everyone ended up like fizzling out kinda, and no one was able to stick around except for her and I. But yeah, there was like 15 contractors, and throughout the night we were kind of just waiting for them to go home and come back tomorrow. because a lot of information I knew about 2.0 remodels is it's like at least like a 3 to 4 day process, if not like a couple weeks. The thing is, with this location, they chose to remodel overnight, like do everything. They tore out the animatronic and all of the art, and they threw them away. And then the contractors stayed overnight and they ripped down walls, they painted everything. We saw them buying, before Lowe's closed, I think they closed at like 10 or 11 or something like that. They would go to Lowe's and buy the paint and then come back. Like, they would leave in trucks with maybe like 4 or 5 people in there, and then they'd drive right back to the location and like bring the paint inside. And the more time went on, we kind of realized like, oh shit, we're gonna be here a while. Like, they're going overnight. So we did a couple of attempts to sneak a peek into the dumpster to make sure there was like actually shit in there that we like wanted, or like Chuck was in there, something. And I think we did a couple of rounds and we could see like his animatronic like legs. I might have like a picture of it I can like pop up on screen. But we would see like his animatronic legs kind of just like laying there, like just poking right out of the side of the dumpster. It was insane. And it was pretty much just teasing us, these fucking animatronic legs. We saw that, and I think what you did was we were still parked like over on the other side, and since the dumpster was kind of like off on the side of the road, she kind of just like crossed the road, and like you would peek in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of like jumped up on the side since it was kind of protected. It was a very tall dumpster, so she was able to just like jump up on the opposite side of the dumpster facing this parking lot, and she would periodically peek into it and see, like, scope out what was in it, see if there was anything like worth taking. And there was a lot of shit in there that was worth taking. Spoiler alert. But yeah, we did all kinds of crazy shenanigans trying to like make our move that didn't end up working out. I remember one time when we were trying to like see what was inside of it, we called each other, mm-hmm. and you were kind of playing the role as like someone who was lost, like waiting for an Uber or something. So you like stood over there. That's kind of like on that like little like strip of grass right there, and that's kind of right next to where the dumpster was. So if any of the contractors saw you, they wouldn't suspect anything. And I was on the other line on the phone talking to her, and I was keeping guard to make sure no one was looking. And the second no one was looking, she would pop up and then spring on the side of the dumpster and start like kind of digging around the surface to see if there was anything worth taking. And someone would peek their head out or something, and I'd be like, run, like get off. And she would jump down and then go right back to the role of like, oh, I'm lost, I'm waiting for an Uber, haha. So we did that for a while, but I think we both played like a really crucial role that was necessary into getting it. I played like the cautious nerd that like knew all the info, and you played like the wild card that like
I'd just go grab shit, dude.
Yeah, you would push me to like actually do it, because like if you weren't there, I wouldn't have been able to get anything like at all. For one, I think it's definitely a more than one person job, and for two, like I definitely like nerves would have kicked in and I'd be like, I can't fucking do this, are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. So like I think I was really afraid, because I've heard multiple stories of people from Chuck E. Cheese corporate would see people attempting to take stuff from the dumpster, or not even corporate, just employees, and they would yell at them and they would like nab the stuff out of their hands and then destroy it even more right in front of them. So I was trying to play it very safe, so that wouldn't happen. And essentially what we were waiting so long for was to kind of just verify no one from Chuck E. Cheese was here and would see us. And the more time went on, we started questioning how much the contractors would actually like give a shit if they saw us. Because like, I think we didn't want to get caught at all, obviously. No. Like, we didn't want the contractors to see us, and we sure as hell didn't want like Chuck E. Cheese employees seeing us. So we waited and we waited and we waited, just hoping the contractors would be like, all right, it's time to go home. And if you don't, I keep saying contractors, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but essentially what they were is like, they had no affiliation with Chuck E. Cheese. They were hired in to go do the job of like painting anything like construction based, if they had to like move walls or like knock down anything, they went and did all that shit, like the handyman work. And I don't think like English was their first language either. So like I think we had kind of like this like advantage of like them not knowing Chuck E. Cheese lore. Like, okay, so like corporate definitely made sure the employees knew to protect like everything in that dumpster. But how much did the contractors actually know that they were like people weren't supposed to take it? Because again, dumpster diving is free. So if it was just a bunch of on-hire contractors, what are the odds they're going to protect like the copyright like of Chuck E. Cheese? And if they did know, would they really care? But I don't know. I don't think we really wanted to take that.
No, we didn't want to take the chance, but I was tired, so I just wanted to get it over with.
We both were. We were exhausted. It was like 3 a.m. at that point, and we were sitting kind of like further away, because again, we left and we went to like Sheetz and Get Go and Taco Bell like multiple times. I mean, it was like a 7-hour shift of like scoping this place out, and it was boring. I mean, it was really boring. It was exciting at first because it's like, ooh, we're doing like a little heist or something, but just sitting in a car like this with your friend is like fun, like bullshitting. And I think it was kind of fun because like the exhaustion kind of kicked in for like a little bit, and we kind of just got like loopy funny, like, oh my god, I'm driving like crazy. It was like a really nice day. Like I remember all the windows were down. It was like pitch black out. There's like a couple things, like cops pulled up and we're like talking to each other, and we're like, if these cops don't, we're like if these cops don't go away, they're gonna yell at us. Like even though it's legal, cops would still probably be like, don't you do that, you can't be doing that, move along. So we didn't want to do it, but essentially around like 3 a.m. what we did was we waited for the perfect moment. There were about like 15 contractors, and I would say about like 10 to 11 of them got into one car and left. And we were just like, we looked at each other and we're like,
that's the moment.
Yeah, like, the moment. Is this the moment? The thing is though, like they were leaving and coming back so frequently, so we had no idea how long of a moment we would have. Like they could have went home for the night, or they could have come like back any moment. There was still like at least 2 dudes inside doing stuff. So we knew they were doing that, but like 2 is definitely a lot easier to like swindle than like 10 people. Cause like there was a lot of people like over here where we're even parked now. They had like the pods out that they were putting stuff in and out of.
Yeah, there was a mom and a kid sitting there with the contractors. They were like right there.
It was crazy. There was a truck with one of the contractors like wife and kids, or kid. Was it more than one kid?
I only saw one.
Yeah, I think it was just the one kid.
It could have been like more.
They were just like, it was just so weird, and so many people could have seen us and like told us to stop, and like we wouldn't have had another chance, because like I don't know, the alarm bells definitely would have gone off, and they would have known something was up and told us to go home. So we didn't want to get caught. But yeah, the truck of people left, and you talked me into just making the move, because like I kind of knew that was probably our one shot to actually try it. But I was still really nervous, like, fuck, are we actually doing this? And you talked me in very, I don't think it took too much convincing,
no,
but
it was more like, I'm tired, I want to do this.
Yeah.
This is our shot. They're going to come back, and then we're going to be here till like 6 in the morning.
So yeah, you talked me into it, and we, our plan was we drove, I think just to be 100% safe, we like did a lap around. We did a couple of those. We drove around like to the main street to make sure no one was just like hiding. Like there wasn't a big fucking like truck full of people on the other side ready to pop out or anything. So we made sure the coast was clear, and we drove around, since there's the road right there. Remind you, it was 3 a.m. So this whole busy area with like all these cars around, it was dead. Like there was nobody. None of the businesses around here were open. It was like ghost town. It was actually kind of like chilling, but also kind of cool. So like no one was able to see us like take Chuck out of the dumpster. But like we drove around to where the dumpster was. We drove around over there, and I was like kind of the getaway driver. She jumped out of the car and like jumped over the edge and started like grabbing shit. And I think what we did was we rolled up. You very quickly opened the back door, and I remained in the car in case you needed, like, well, I was kind of being a puss, essentially, but, like, I also think I acted, like, as a good getaway driver, because, like, if someone saw us and yelled at us, we would have the stuff in our car, but we could also, like, just get away with it really quick. So, like, she had the back door open and was, like, essentially gonna start throwing stuff in there. And the moment it sunk in that, like, we had our stuff was you grabbed, like, his leg shells and threw them in the car, and it, like, it was this feeling of, like, holy shit, we're actually getting away with taking Chuck E. Cheese. And you started just, it started off with the leg shells, and then it was like his body shells and like the back of his head. And I was like, oh my God, we're doing this. And I feel like I think it was because I was nervous, but I feel like we were there for like 10, 15 minutes, it felt like.
Yeah, we were there probably like 2.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't that long.
It didn't take me long to get that stuff out. The longest part was just climbing the dumpster every time.
Oh, that dumpster was so hard to climb. We got all, like, the body shells and stuff into the car, and I think we were just like, okay, we can't fuck this up. Let's do a lap and, like, collect ourselves and decide if we want to, like, go for more, because, remind you, his animatronic legs were still, like, peeking out of the end of the dumpster. And we were like, we could try to do that, but that's going to be a 2-person job. So we drove around, and we're just, like, screaming at this point, like, oh my God, we fucking did it. And, like, I can't believe we just got away with that. So we drove around, and we're like, let's just go for it. Let's try to go for his legs. So I think we just parked the car right there since there was no cars on the road. We parked it on the kind of side of the road next to the dumpster, and we both jump out. And I jump up on the side, like, over by his legs, and I'm trying to, like, just shimmy it and try to see how much it is. And this fucking leg, it was bolted to a steel plate that was easily, no joke, like 200 pounds of, like, steel bolted to it. And I was like, I don't think we're going to be able to do this. And then we both tried to lift it, and it was like trying to move Thor's hammer. It was not fucking moving. So we're like, fuck. And, I think we grabbed, like, maybe a couple more things while we were up there.
We did. We got his cosmetic bags.
Well, that was before. So we were there, and I was trying to lift his legs. And what happened is I was trying to shimmy it, and then I turned to my left facing this side, like, over by, like, the entrance and everything. And one of the contractors was there staring me dead in the eyes. And he wasn't saying anything. And I was like, so I just, without saying anything, like, made direct eye contact to him, and I was like, we gotta go. And I started, like, sprinting to the fucking car, and I was like, we gotta go. And as I'm, like, beelining it for the car, he's like, take it. And I was like, what? And he went, it's trash, take it. And I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, it's trash, take it. And we were both just in, like, utter disbelief. We were like, okay. So we fucking pulled our car into the Chuck E. Cheese parking lot, and we dug in that dumpster for, like, another 10 minutes with the dude, like, contractor working here, fully aware of us being here, like, no secret. And we dug, and we got his Studio C sign, we got the women's bathroom sign, we got his cosmetics that were, like, in this, like, big, like, black trash bag, and it was all the way at the bottom. I remember, like, I just, like, kind of, like, stuffed everything to the side, and, like, I saw this, like, black bag, and I'm like, I know exactly what that is. I was thinking maybe it was, like, his arms or something, but I pulled it out and felt, like, the squishiness. I'm like, this is his fur. Like, I know what this is.
And there's, like, 7 hands. I don't know why there's so many.
There were so many hands. There was at least, like, 3 or 4.
They were all different gen hands, too. Like,
yeah, like, they were old, like, versions of, like, the Studio C hands or something. It was really, really weird, but, like, we have multiple hands. There's really goofy things about the Chuck, too. Like, one of his shirt tags says Pasquale on it for some reason. It says, like, Studio C Pasquale, and that doesn't fucking exist. So, like, I don't know why his shirt said Pasquale, but, like, it was just insane. Essentially, I think if we did things differently, we would have been able to get a lot more, like, unbolted his, if we brought tools, we would have been able to unbolt his feet from the steel beam. And I think even after the guy gave us permission, that was just one guy telling us that, like, one contractor. I was afraid even after getting permission, another contractor would come out, or even worse, there was someone from Chuck E. Cheese, even though I don't think there was at that point anyone working at Chuck E. Cheese there. I think it was literally just the contractors. I didn't want to like get permission from that guy, have our car with all of the like Chuck loot in it, like sitting right there, and then have someone else come out and be like, what are you doing? You can't be doing that. Give us that stuff back. And like, I mean, I guess we could have just said no and drove off really quick, but like, I don't know, like, if we were backed into a corner, it could have been really, like, bad, but yeah, we took our, like, slower, easy time, like, digging through, and we were able to grab, like, a lot more stuff than what we definitely, like, would have if he didn't give us the permission, but, like, I was still so afraid someone else would come out and, like, tell us something else, so I still kind of wanted to get out of there. It was very nerve-wracking. By the end of it, we were covered in dirt, and...
Oh yeah, we got cancer alongside Chuck, probably. There was asbestos in that container.
For sure. It was dirty. I mean, that's to be accepted. I think I was wearing these exact pants. I was wearing these, and I don't remember what shirt, but I remember all the dirt being on these pants. Yeah, look at that. Get the fucking Chuck stealing pants on. Pretty friggin' Chucky cheesy. I feel like at that moment, playing it safe, we got literally everything we could get our hands on. The next day, they opened the store, but they were still kind of actively remodeling it. And then they threw out Chuck's like arm mech, and I think like a couple other things, like his mech valves were thrown out on the second day. But the thing is, they were carrying out the second day while being open for business. Like, they were having birthday parties the second day of the remodel. Like, they pretty much knocked everything out day one and were ready for, like, open for business day two. So nobody got anything day two. People tried. I think by day two, people knew, the word got out and people knew that it was going down. I heard people were here with U-Haul trucks, like staking it out, and people would show up and walk up, and they got like yelled at really bad by the Chuck E. Cheese employees. So no one got anything. We really lucked out. I think honestly, us getting Chuck, it required a lot of luck, being at the right place at the right time, and just playing it really, really safe. But yeah, I think I've included everything. I thought it'd be fun to kind of just like
come to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, I've been here one time after the 2.0 remodel, and I walked in.
I can't see the Microsoft Paint.
It was really depressing.
The trees there.
I grew up coming to this location, so it means a lot more to me that I got this Chuck. I feel like more than what it would be if I just went to a random Chuck E. Cheese and got more like animatronics. This was like, it's kind of insane having the like torn up remains of the Chuck E. Cheese that used to sing me happy birthday when I was little. Like, I have my Chuck. Like, I am the only one that has the Chuck E. Cheese that like sang me happy birthday. And it's insane. It's really crazy. But now let me tell you, going back into that location, I know like it's supposed to be for like the new generation or whatever, but there's no charm. It's just really like boring and like honestly kind of ugly. It's just this very like well lit shitty casino. Or not, it's like a child casino. I'm at arcade, but it's almost like a casino, I guess. But it's just sad. I feel like what was so nice about it before was all the charm and character you had that you couldn't get anywhere else there. And that's just completely stripped away. I was even contemplating if we should go inside. But the thing is, like, I don't have tickets or money to buy anything, so we would just kind of awkwardly go inside and, like, film. And, like, that's not really cool to do when, like, kids are around, especially. But, like,
I mean, there's, like, if we look around, there's, like, no one here.
I think it's interesting, too, because, like, in the fandom, they try to document, like, all of the locations that, like, what bots got saved at what. And this one went completely undocumented. People were, like, listing it on, like, the Wikipedia pages and everything, saying, like, oh, the bot, like, unknown or unsaved. Or, like, just no one knew. And I've been trying to, like, pop up and be like, hey, we got him. Like, he's not unsaved. We got Chuck.
We got part of him at least.
We got part
we didn't
of
get
Chuck.
we didn't get any of his mechanicals though.
No, I would say we got most of his shells. I mean, we have all of his cosmetics, but they're all torn up and completely, like, beyond, like, repair. So, like, we have his cosmetics.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any, like, any saving them, but we have probably 100% of Chuck's, like,
we're just
Chuck's
missing
cosmetics.
the front faceplate and mechanicals, really.
We are. Which arguably, like, the animatronic parts themselves are, like, the most valuable and, like, probably hard to find, but I don't know. I think the shells and everything are definitely pretty hard. They're pretty important.
Especially getting your hands on the original
yeah.
shells.
We have all kinds of, like, goofy stuff, too. It's a very... I think it's really fitting, too. We got the women's bathroom sign. It just says women. Like,
yeah.
I remember pulling that out. That was after the guy gave us permission, and I just pulled it out, and I was just like, women! I remember we were, like, got up there, and there was just random, like, hoses and shit. I was just throwing them on the ground, and I'm like, fucking throw that in your car, I don't know. And there was honestly a lot more stuff we probably could have grabbed, like lights and stuff and speakers that I had no idea, like, I knew it would probably be worth something, but dude, there was full-ass lights in there we could have grabbed that we didn't grab, and it all got trashed, and, like, that is one thing I would want to do differently if we, like, went back, you know, like,
yeah,
grab more shit.
Not hit you with a car.
Yeah, you did hit me with your car.
It was your car, actually.
It was with my car. We went to go vacuum out the car after we stole Chuck, because he was in a dumpster, he was really dirty, and also just having, like, 30 years worth of dirt on him. Our cars were just, like, fucking filled with dirt. So we went to a vacuum place afterwards, and we only had, like, $1 to vacuum out one of the cars. So, like, we were trying to, like, speed run it and vacuum out both of them. So she, like, was in her car, and, like, I was vacuuming, and she hopped in my car really quick and, like, started backing up, but my fucking passenger door is wide open, and just, like, clipped me with the fucking passenger door while I was standing there. I was like, oh my fucking... So that's gonna conclude the story of when we stole Chuck E. Cheese's. I didn't really want to go in there just because 2.0 locations suck ass.
Yeah.
They're very mid, and I also didn't want to go into filming if I wasn't gonna buy anything. I'm pretty broke, and Chuck E. Cheese pizza's pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's
so,
not
like,
good either, so.
When was the last time you had it, though?
Like 12 years ago in California.
Try it again, because it's actually, like, really good. I would actually recommend, like...
And it's not from California, so it's probably better.
We should go back and just make a vlog sometime just in the 2.0 location.
Just eating chicken.
Yeah, just eating pizza and talking about it. I don't know how you're gonna...
Ride.
You're just gonna... Just crumble
no,
all over
my mouth is right here, like...
Oh! Is that how it works? Wait, show that again, I don't know if they got it. But yeah, that's essential. I think that's gonna pretty much wrap it up here. I'm pretty sure I yapped for enough time. I'll do some light editing to kind of cut down the yapping, but I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but hopefully
probably like 20 minutes.
Hopefully you guys found it entertaining enough, or you got some insight. I don't know if I should endorse going and dumpster diving, because I think it's kind of frowned upon.
It can be dirty, and it can be dangerous too if there's like needles and stuff in there that you don't know about.
Yeah, don't replicate what we did.
Yeah, don't go steal Chuck for us.
Don't take Chuck E. Cheese.
Can't see me wink.
Don't go to Chuck E. Cheese and dumpster dive. It's bad, guys. You can't do it. Don't do it. It's so bad.
And there's not any point anymore. Like, they're all 2.0'd.
For the most part, you guys can still save some, but
yeah.
Don't do it though. Okay, bye.